Love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa F1 Championship here for round 2 of the 2019 WTCR season here at Paul Ricard. Yes, WTCR returns once again after a unusually long hiatus. Obviously, we wanted to run this the week after the first race, but unfortunately, a lot of things meant that we could not. But we're here. We are here at Paul Ricard. In the commentary booth today is me, Miran Evji, your commentator as always. And 20 minutes of qualifying around, as you can see, this new layout of Paul Ricard, the obviously WTCR layout, as it is called. We were meant to run Porsche Super Cup around this layout, but there were some things that prevented us from doing that. So we actually did get this version of Paul Ricard running, and as you can see, we are running it here and today. Robert Vasquez is the first man out on track at the moment in his Alfa Romeo. Obviously, Alfa Romeo did quite well in the last race out at, or in the last qualifying out at Kyalami, where they took pole position. But unfortunately, they could not convert that into a win. Let's see if the two Alfa Romeo boys of Robert Vasquez and Jethro Schultz will be capable of that today, as Vasquez now starts his flying lap of the Paul Ricard circuit. I will bring you the details of the track shortly. That is, if I can find it. Hold on. There we are. So the circuit Paul Ricard, obviously located in Castellet in Marseille, is a track that has seen many different racing series over its time. This was first opened in 1970. Obviously, first you had Formula 1 here, then stuff like motorcycle racing. Obviously, the Bol d'Or, which is a annual motorcycle race, came here first in 1978, and then you've had a few different series over the time. WTCR obviously has raced here as WTCC back in 2014 through 2016. So the Race of France is, it is an actual thing that has happened on the calendar, and here we are. But this layout we are running today is the Paul Ricard 3C layout, which is about, how long would it be? It would be 3.8 for 1 kilometers, 11 turns, and a race lap record of 1:18, but we're going to see the lap times far longer than that. And we have the times coming in then. It was Robert Vasquez first across the line in his Alfa Romeo. He goes faster with 141.721. There's Joey Cristobal with a 745. There's Lawyer Maynard across the line as he goes P2, just 5,000 of a second off Cristobal. And behind him on track, Jack Davis there in P3. There's Jethro Schultz, who goes P6. Cole Slayton in the Audi now goes fastest, followed by the man who's making his debut, Aidan Smith. There in P3, there goes Zach Jones to the fastest spot at the moment. And then it's Austin Montgomery there in P4 for Hyundai. Eko Sambi, that's the first Lincoln Co. across the line, as Jeremiah Bronikowski, the man from Poland, up into P4. It's P5 as Grantley King goes up into P2. 140.458. There's Jonathan Lawson across the line. And then Sergeant Morrow, who goes fastest. Obviously the man who took the race win last time out at Kyalami. Back on top again, as we were just waiting for a few cars across the line. English, please. I will be waiting for 3 cars across the line. It's 2. As there's Robert Vasquez with an improvement. Up into P6 goes the Mexican. And there's Alexander Jovanovic Up into P8 he goes, and then we're waiting for one other car to cross the line. I wonder who that may be. And there he is. That's Kevin Bass up into 3rd place with that lap time for Hyundai Lukoil Racing Team. As that's all the 26 times on board. And Sergeant Morrow fastest once again. Or not fastest once again, but the man who won the last race. Currently on provisional pole. There's Jethro Jules up into P13. I mistook Jules for being the in the Alfa Romeo. That is incorrect. He is in the Volkswagen Motorsport car. But there's Zach Jones, and he is in the PWR Racing Cupra. He goes fastest. He gets into the 139s actually with that lap. So very good lap from Zach Jones. Then there's Austin Montgomery in the Hyundai up into P6. And behind him, it goes Jeremiah Bronikowski up into P7. Grantley King up into P2. Very nice lap time from him. He joins Zach Jones in the 139s. And joining those three is Sergeant Morrow, who retakes the fastest spot on the grid. There is James Wilson up at the P5. You can see just how much traffic there is. 26 cars. There's a lot of cars on here. And it is going to impair these guys quite a lot. It's going to be very difficult, especially such a short track. It's going to be very difficult to try and get a clean lap in without encountering some traffic. As here's Kevin Bass as he comes into the pits. Yeah, there he goes. But the man behind him, Shane Shields, in the Audi Sport Team Leopard racing car, is going to go across the line. Unfortunately, he does not manage an improvement. As there's a few people in the pit lane. Jethro Jules, the Frenchman, in his home race, is going to finish up this lap. Currently P15 he is. Let's see if he can lift himself out of that position. He does. He goes P11, just ahead of Cole Slayton in P12. Zach Jones, man, in P2, coming into the pit lane then. Pretty good stuff from Cupra, as they didn't really do very well last time out. Austin Montgomery is going to go across the line. He was P8, he's now P4. That's a nice little improvement for Montgomery. Joey Cristobal is going to start his lap. And here's Ekoto Sambi for Lincoln Co. Obviously, they're not doing too well either, unfortunately for them. But Volkswagen obviously had a fantastic first race at Calami. Sergeant Morrow across the line, he improves on his lap. But what I wanted to say was Volkswagen obviously had a fantastic first race at Calami. All of the Volkswagen drivers scored points, which was, absolutely fantastic for them. And we'll see if they carry on more or less the same as they did in the last round. Here's Ryan Salyers as he's just going to start his lap. Behind him is Alexander Jovanovic as he will make his way across the line. He goes up one position with that lap ahead of rookie Aidan Smith in the Alfa Romeo. Shane Shields, the man from Australia, in the Audi Sport Team Leopard, across the line. Gets himself ahead of Joey Cristobal. Goes up one position with that improvement. Jethro Jules, currently in P11 as he improved on his previous run. Let's see if he can manage improvement. No, there's actually an in-lap for him. He's coming into the pit lane. Here's Aidan Smith, then the rookie in P15. There he was. We're going to observe Austin Montgomery as he makes his way onto the final corner. And then across the line from Montgomery, currently P4 he is. Can he improve? He does, but he stays P4 for now. Joey Cristobal, the Italian, is going to go across the line. He does improve, but he stays P17 for now. Here's our current pole man, Sergeant Morrow, as the American will finish up this lap. Let's see where he will go. Well, he can't go anywhere but fastest, and he does improve. As there goes James Wilson up at the P3, and Tom Crossley across the line in the Lincoln Co. goes P11, that's P12, as Levi Thorley goes P10. Wesley Ginnis and Eugen Stoyan with improvements as well. There's Cole Slayton across the line as he goes P11. And Kevin Bass, the Canadian, is just going to start his lap Ryan Salyers, the man who is currently last for Munich Motorsport, goes P20, gets himself out of last place and knocks the Lincoln Co. of Eugen Stoyan down to last, as there's a bit of bumper cars here between that's Maynard and I believe that would be the rookie Aiden Smith. So Smith in his first qualifying having no shortage of action, as Maynard not being too kind to the man who's making his debut at the moment. But both of these guys are going to come across the line. Don't think we're going to see any improvements for the pair of them. And we don't. So with 8.5 minutes to go, it's Sergeant Morrow who tops the timing boards in a dominant fashion. And then you have Jones in P2 and then Wilson in third. There goes Cristobal up into P14. And here is Morrow's just going to come across the line. No, he's actually coming into the pits. Tom Crossley in the Lincoln Co. going to make his way across the line. Currently the highest placing Lincoln Co. car. And he goes across the line. P6 it is for Tom Crossley. That's a very good lap time from the Welshman. And Levi Thorley across the line and he goes fastest. Good lap time there from Levi Thorley in the SLR Volkswagen Motorsport car. He goes fastest. So it is currently a Volkswagen 1-2. As Kevin Bates goes across the line for P9. So Volkswagen 1-2 with the Cupra of Zach Jones in P3. Zane Grayson goes across the line. He goes P6. And here's the man currently last place, Memphis Fisher, along the man in second last place, Igor Zhao, as both will make their way across the line. And Zhao goes P7. That's a very good lap time from Igor Zhao. And Zach Jones in P3. He does not improve on that lap. Alexander Jovanovic in the Hyundai is just making his way around the final corner. So is Lawyer Maynard in the, I believe that is the DHL Cupra racing car. And here goes Maynard and across the line. And he goes P8 that lap. Aiden Smith, the rookie, up at the P11. And Grantley King in the Honda goes P3. So very good lap time there from the man from Barbados, that is. Joey Cristobal, the Italian, is going to go across the line. And he goes P5 with that improvement. It's a very good lap time from him. A lot of improvements we're seeing then. In the later stages of qualifying. Tom Crossley's in, and there's a few other guys coming in here as well. Paul Mantorley as well. Wesley Ginnis, the Irishman in the Hyundai, currently P23. Unfortunately, does not improve with that lap. Jonathan Lawson, the Norwegian, in the Swedish car, goes P14 for Lincoln Co. Kevin Bayston across the line. Can he set an improvement? And he does. He goes P6 with that lap. Nice improvement for Kevin Bays. Zane Grayson is next across. Let's see if this lap can lift him out of P8. And it does. It goes. It lifts Grayson up into P4. Memphis Fisher is going to want to get out of last place with this lap. Let's see if he's able to manage it. No, he can't. What about the people behind? Zach Jones in P5 for PWR Racing. No improvement for him. Alexander Jovanovic, the Serbian, who makes his way around the final corner. Jovanovic currently in P20. Can he get himself out of 20th place? Not for the time being. Grantley King currently P3. Can he set an improvement? Yes, he does. He goes fastest. And that is a very good lap time from Grantley King in the Munich Motorsport Honda car. He has done very, very well to put it there up into provisional pole. But let's see if anyone can challenge him. Nice to see that some people are at least challenging the Volkswagens then for the top spots. As Jethro Jules is going to go across the line in his Volkswagen. And he does not improve, unfortunately, in his home race. Going to want a good qualifying position. But he's currently P18 for now. Wesley Ginniston, the man from Ireland, he will make his way across the line. Stays P23. Jonathan Lawson, let's see if he can set an improvement. He goes P11 then. Into the points paying positions he goes. Or he was already in the points paying positions, but Yeah, he is now P11. There's Zane Grayson as he's into the pits. There's the Lincoln Co. I didn't really know who that was. It's not Tom Crossley, as he's got quite a bit of a pack behind him here of Memphis Fisher, and that is one of the I think that is Joey Cristobal, who's just diving into the pits there. But Fisher's going to go across the line. Fisher does not improve, unfortunately for him. James Wilson, the Canadian, just going across the line there. Here's Alexander Jovanovic. Didn't improve on his previous run. Let's see if he does improve on this one. As he goes across the line, and he does improve. He goes ahead of Robert Vasquez, but doesn't really get better than that for the Serbian, as he's currently P19. Shane Shields then across the line. There goes the Australian, and he goes up to P18 with that improvement. Eko Tosambi, the man from Kenya, is gonna go across the line, but Sambi does not improve. Sergeant Morrow is looking to reclaim that a provisional pole position from Grantley King. Can't set an improvement just yet. Here's Jethro Jules, who is just behind, or just ahead of the Link and Co. Jules crosses the line. He does not improve. Then it is Wesley Ginnis in the Hyundai N Squadra Corsa car. Cole Slayton currently on a lap for Audi Sport Team Leopard Racing. Obviously, the man who has not scored any points yet, and didn't score any points in his first outing at Kyalami. We'll see if he does score any points here at France. But first, he's going to have to qualify into the points. But currently, he's P17, as he did not be able to improve. And there goes Ryan Salyers with a massive improvement. Darts up the timing sheets, up into P5 goes Ryan Salyers. That is a good improvement from the Australian. Jeremiah Bronikovsky stays P17. Here's the two Hyundai Lukoil cars. That's Alexander Jovanovic and I think that is Kevin Bass. Both of them are going to go across the line, and neither of the two improves. They must have impeded each other on that lap. Austin Montgomery across the line goes the third Hyundai, and then it's Shane Shields who goes across the line. Up to P12 goes Shane Shields. Eko Tosambi in P24. Let's see where the Kenyan can go. Not anywhere up from P24 it seems, as he does not improve with that lap. Jethro Jules has got the Audi, I think that is, just behind. He comes into the pits. Eugen Stoyan, currently P25, the Romanian. He goes across the line and he's not able to get himself out of 25th place. Cole Slayton currently on the lap. Man in P19 at the moment. As he goes around the final corner, and he's coming into the pits. Meanwhile, Zane Grace is going to finish up his lap. The man is currently in 4th place. Ryan Salyers across the line, and he does not improve. Next is Lawyer Maynard, and he goes P4 with that lap time, so good lap from Maynard. Then it is Jeremiah Bronikovsky, and he goes P14. And then we still got the two Hyundai Lukoil cars of Bass and Jovanovic. We'll see if any of these two do manage improvements. Bass first across the line. He does not improve, neither does Alexander Jovanovic. Then it's Austin Montgomery in P15, and he goes up into P12. So 3 positions up with that lap time from Montgomery. There's the man in P22, Robert Vasquez. Does not improve. Eko Tosambi across the line. He improves and goes ahead of Wesley Ginnis, but it's still only P23 for Sambi. And then it is Jack Davis, as the checker flag has now fallen. And Jack Davis is the first man across the line. He improves, but he stays in 18th place. Eugen Steiner for Lincoln Co. is next across. He does not improve. Question is, though, who will be able to challenge Grantley King? Or if anyone will be challenging Grantley King. Joey Cristobal then in the KCMG Honda. Can Cristobal, the Italian driver, can he set an improvement? No, he cannot. He will stay P8. Zane Grayson's next across. Man in P5 for DHL Cooper Racing. Goes across the line and it does not improve. Igor Zhao in P11 for the other KCMG car. He goes P5. Good lap time there from him as Lawyer Maynard goes P2. I believe Salyers got an improvement there as well. Jeremiah Bronikowski across the line. He goes P7 into the top 10. Goes Bronikowski. James Wilson's next across. He does not improve as Alexander Jovanovic there behind goes into the pit, but his teammate Kevin Bates is going to finish up this lap, and he does improve, Kevin Bates, but he stays P10. Austin Montgomery is next across, the American in the Hyundai. He goes P7 with that lap. Good lap there from Montgomery. Next across the line is the rookie Aiden Smith, currently in P17. Smith does not improve. Robert Vasquez, then the Mexican, he goes P14. As Memphis Fisher, the man in last place, can he improve? No, he cannot. He will qualify last for the race of France. Jack Davis is there was coming into the pit lane, but it is Grantley King for Honda, who is on pole position. Right then, let's go through the starting grid and for the race of France before lights out here at Paul Ricard. It's Grantley King on pole position for Munich Motorsport. He takes pole, followed by Lawyer Maynard for DHL Cupra Racing, and then it's Levi Thorley on the second row there in P3 for Volkswagen Motorsport. Ryan Salyer starts in P4. And then it is Sergeant Morrow, the last time race winner at Kyalami, starts P5, followed by Igor Zhao, the Chinese driver, in P6. Very good qualifying for him, followed by Austin Montgomery in P7. Then you got Jeremiah Bronikowski in P8, and then Zane Grayson for Cupra in P9. Zach Jones starts in P10, followed by Kevin Bates in P11, and Joey Cristobal, the Italian, in P12. James Wilson starts P13 with Robert Vasquez in P14, and it's Shane Shields rounding off the points paying positions in P15. That's Jonathan Lawson for Lincoln Co., followed by his teammate Tom Crossley, or not his teammate, but his fellow Lincoln Co. driver Tom Crossley in P17. Aiden Smith making his debut in 18th place, followed by Jack Davis in P19. That's Cole Slayton in P20, followed by Jethro Jules in his home race P21. That's Alexander Jovanovic in P22, followed by Ekoto Sambi in P23. Wesley Ginnis in P24, and the final two cars on the grid will be Eugen Stoyan and Memphis Fisher. As we will now get underway with the race, Grantley King on pole, and it is Lawyer Maynard in P2 as the lights are now coming on. We got 6 lights. And we're on the way for the race of France. Very good start for Grantley King then. That has really given him the edge that he needs to lead this race then, as I think that's Maynard who's under pressure from Thorley, that is, who's already up into P2. He's already gotten Maynard into the start. Salyers though with a very good start there, as he's already looking to make the move on Thorley, as he's going to be on the inside line then, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel heading down the Mistral Straight now into the chicane. They will go. Salyers going to be on the outside line here, but he's going to have the inside line as he exit the chicane. As the two will go wheel to wheel, the Volkswagen versus the Honda, but Thorley gets the better exit. King is absolutely pulled away, 1.8 seconds. But Thorley got a very, very good exit there, as there's more battling in there in the back. I think that's one of the Audis. As there goes Maynard on Sally. He's trying to get himself back into the podium. As they head through Beausset, Maynard gets ahead then of Ryan Salyers. As there's midboard battling going on in the back, there's Vasquez getting past Cristobal. Montgomery trying to make the move on Morrow. As Morrow's fallen down a few positions, Montgomery looking for the way past. As there behind is Jones and Bronikowski. Jeremiah Bronikowski on the inside line then, as Zach Jones is forced to go the long way round. Bronikowski gets past the Australian for P8 then. As there's a bit more battling going on in the back. I think that's Aiden Smith and Tom Crossley. As Zach Jones defending from Zane Grayson in P10. as there's a bit more move making as they head down the start-finish straight. Cristobal defending from Robert Vasquez, as Vasquez trying to line up the move on the Italian, but he's not close enough just yet. He actually might be into the braking zone late on the brakes for Vasquez as they head into turn 4. Vasquez on the inside knocking over the bollard as they are going to be side by side into the chicane as well. Cristobal late on the brakes. He should have the better exit out of this corner, but he's going to be on the outside line. And he does get the better exit out from the Alfa Romeo car. Here's Jonathan Lawson then, as he is defending from, I believe that would be James Wilson in the Volkswagen, as Lawson's going to be forced the long way round. But he is successfully defending from the Canadian James Wilson. And he holds P50 for now. Wilson, though, might be under pressure from Jack Davis, as Davis sees the opportunity and he goes for it into Beausset. And he gets the move done. Nice stuff from Jack Davis in the Audi. A very opportunistic move then from him. And he goes up into P16, as Wilson might be under more pressure, as he might have to fend off Aiden Smith. As Smith is looking to try it on Wilson, but Wilson was able to defend from him. Lap 3:19, then Grantley King says the fastest lap of the race at 1:40.422. That is for him. As they head into the first corner once again. Fisher's he has a look on the inside of Jules there, the home hero. Might try to get another break in the other braking zone. No, it does not. It's not close enough to try it. As there's the two Lincoln Co side by side. There's Stoyan and Sambi for last place. Obviously not the position Lincoln Co would have hoped for, but Sambi remains ahead of Eugen Stoyan then. It's the Kenyan versus the Romanian, and it is the Kenyan of Ekoto Sambi who comes out victorious in that battle for P25. But Grantley King then he leads from Levi Thorley by 1.5 seconds, and there's Lawyer Maynard in P3, followed by Ryan Saliers in P4, and then Igor Zhao in P5. Battle going on here for P7. As there's Davis on the inside of Jonathan Lawson, but he's not able to get past Lawson just yet. As Memphis Fisher is chasing down Jethro Jules. Lawyer Maynard now is the fastest lap of the race. As there's Levi Thorley, he's losing time on Grantley King, and Lawyer Maynard's only gaining on him. So this is good for Grantley King, as it gives him a bit of breathing room. But it's not good news for Levi Thorley in the slightest, as he might have Lawyer Maynard behind to deal with. As they head on to the back straight. As you see, the King pulling away quite massively here, actually. As there is Sergeant Morrow, who is chasing down Igor Zhao for P5. I believe he's trying to recuperate his losses on the first lap. As there's Jack Davis still chasing down Jonathan Lawson. As they head into Beausset. Ooh, very, very close there. Late on the brakes for Jack Davis, but he's going to have a look on the outside. Could that work? As he's going to get the better exit than Lawson here. As they head into the braking zone, and Davis is ahead. That was a fantastic move from Jack Davis. On the outside line was perfectly judged from Davis there. As there's Cole Slayton, and he's defending from Wesley Ginnis. And he has successfully defended from Ginnis for the time being. Slayton is currently, he's chasing down the Lincoln Co. of Tom Crossley as Igor Zhao, and that's the fastest lap of the race, surprisingly enough. So Zhao, who's chasing down Ryan Salyers with P4, we could see that emerge as a battle in the following few laps. As we see them all heading to turn 1, Robert Vasquez was having a bit of a look. I think that might have been Aiden Smith, actually, not Vasquez. Vasquez was having a look. Smith, I mean, was having a look on Wilson there, but he wasn't close enough to try the move. So he's gonna have to hope that he's closer by the next lap. But he might have the Lincoln Co. of Tom Crossley to worry about. As Sergeant Morrow, because he's really picked up the pace. He's all over the back of Igor Zhao, but he is staying behind the man from China at the moment. As there's Zhao, and he's actually trying out on Ryan Salyers. I didn't even see that. But Zhao, who's now on the inside line of Salyers, the battle for P4, as he's going to be on the inside line that the two Hondas battle for position, and it is Igor Zhao, I think, who's coming up ahead. No, but they're wheel to wheel. Fantastic racing, as it's going to be Zhao on the inside line then. As Salyers still hanging on as they enter the final corner into the braking zone. As Salyers goes over the curb, Zhao on the outside line, that should give him the better traction as they head into turn 1. And it is Igor Zhao ahead. Fantastic battle that was. And it is the man from China who's up at the P4. Morrow might try it as well, trying to slip past Salyers here. Salyers might go down 2 positions, but he's going to try to defend from the American as they head into the braking zone. Morrow on the inside line there, but Salyers with a much better exit as Morrow went over the curb there. Actually got a tiny bit of airtime, and it is going to be Salyers who successfully defends from Sergeant Morrow, the race winner. So that was a very, very good battle with Ryan Salyers then, putting his car where he needs to put it, and he has defended from Salyers. So fantastic stuff then, or from Morrow, I mean, fantastic stuff from Ryan Salyers. As there's Shane Shields in the Team Leopard Racing Audi, who's chasing down Robert Vasquez for P13. But that gap would lead them between King and Thorley is actually close. It's just about a second now. As look, you can see how close Morrow is to the back of Salyers. And there he goes, actually, on the inside. Salyers went a tiny bit wide, and Morrow just saw the opportunity, but he was unable to complete that move. Oh, Jesus, hiccups. Apologies for that. But as they head into the final quarter, Morrow's going to have to focus on maximizing his exit out of this corner. Oh, wow. Having really bad hiccups. Oh, I hate having hiccups during commentary. Sorry, lads. But Morrow is chasing down Salyers now into the first corner they go. Morrow having a bit of a look on the Australian, but he stays back for now. Austin Montgomery, his fellow compatriot, might try to get involved in this battle. Oh, Jesus. As they head through the chicane. Eats from Levi Thorley, Roy Maynard, oh god, Igor Zhao, and Ryan Salyers. Here is Zane Grayson currently in P10, running in the points once again, just like he did in Kyalami. There's Shane Shields, and he gets past Jack Davis then for P14. The two Audis going at it, and it is the Team Leopard racing car of Shane Shields who comes out fastest. Sorry if I do sound a bit weird. You guys have no idea how hard it is to, oh god, to commentate while they're having hiccups. Oh, absolute worst timing ever as well. As Lawyer Maynard now sets the fastest lap of the race in P3. This could get very interesting, as you can see how much Levi Thorley is closing in by. And now Maynard's in the fastest lap. We can have a three-way battle for the lead on our hands, which is going to be very, very interesting. As there's a battle, there's Bass versus Cristobal, as Kevin Bass is going to swing around the outside, and he gets it done on, I think I mistook that. That was not Grayson and Cristobal, that was Bass and Grayson. As the battle for the lead begins, look how close Levi Thorley is to Grantley King. Obviously, he's looking to become the second ever side by side. As someone's calling me, God, this is not the most professional commentary, and I really apologize for it. But there's Zane Grayson successfully defending from Kevin Bass, and up into P10 goes Grayson. As here is the battle for the lead then. It's Grantley King, Levi Thorley, and Lawyer Maynard. All of these three are gonna duel for position. And it is gonna be interesting. The question though for Levi Thorley is, when is he gonna pounce to make the lead for words? But there's Slayton and Crossley side by side as they head down the start-finish straight. And Slayton and Crossley actually do a really bad exit, and that's allowed Slayton to come into P19 then. I'm sorry, this is not usually how bad my commentary is. I mean, my commentary isn't the greatest, sure, but it's not this bad even. I am tired, and I do apologize for it. We've already done Porsche Super Cup today, and it is a bit tiring. It's also quite late, so. Thorley still chasing down Grantley King. He's waiting for the time to strike on the man from the Bahamas. And yeah, he's got quite some time to do it as well, about 10 laps. But what King's gonna have to hope for here is that Thorley uses up all his tires. He's trying to push to pass King. He's gonna have to hope that either he uses up all his tires and his pace drops, or that Lawyer Maynard and Levi Thorley start dueling for position, and that's gonna allow him to pull away for the lead. We will see what happens though. This is gonna get very, very, very spicy indeed. As they head down the start-finish straight, King and Thorley separated by 5/10 of a second, just about. It is very interesting though. You got a very nice manufacturer battle going on here as well. Obviously, the Kyalami race was dominated by the Volkswagens, as Maynard has a look on Thorley, and that's compromised him on the exit. You can see he hopped over the curb there as he tried to adjust his line, and he's lost time to Thorley as a result. But what I wanted to say was that it's fantastic to have a manufacturer battle like this. Obviously, last race was dominated by Volkswagens, with Volkswagen taking a double podium. And now we have a three-way battle between the Honda of Grantley King, the Volkswagen of Levi Thorley, and the Cupra of Lawyer Maynard. So it is very, very nice to see all these guys going at it, giving us a very, very close battle. But Levi Thorley looking to make it 2 wins in a row for Volkswagen, as there he is on the inside line, and he is already trying it for the race lead on Grantley King, but he is not close enough. King on the inside line there was able to hold off Levi Thorley, but this is bad news for Grantley King, as Levi Thorley is already trying it on him. What King has to do here now is just defend as well as he can, and try and make sure that Thorley pushes way too much so his pace just drops completely, or to back him up into Maynard. We will see what happens though, as any one of these three guys could come out in the race lead. As we head down the back straight into the chicane. And Thorley, he's especially fast through Sector 3. One thing I have noticed, he gains so much time on Grantley King through that section, but through the braking zones, it seems that King is a bit faster. As they head into Beausset. You can see Maynard's already closed down that gap that he lost after that mistake into the first corner. But as they head into turn number 11, and you can see there on the lap times, King is actually lapping slightly faster than Thorley, as there is Maynard having a look. He had a bit of a look on Thorley, but he's going to go over the curb here, and that's going to lose the American time. Quite valuable time, as that might allow Igor Zhao to close in for P4, as there's Vasquez and Shields, and Shane Shields on the inside he goes, and he gets the move done on Robert Vasquez. But look at the exit Jonathan Lawson has got. Look at the exit from the Lincoln Co. He got a fantastic exit out of turn 3, and he's already up alongside Jack Davis, that is. As it is the Lincoln Co. versus the Audi Sport team come to you, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel heading through senior. We're going to see who comes out victorious in this, as Lawson's going to have to go the long way around. Davis on the inside line then. Think Lawson should be ahead, and he is. But as they head into Beausset, yeah, it is Jonathan Lawson who is ahead, and Davis might be under pressure from James Wilson there, as Joey Cristobal having a bit of a duel with Kevin Bass there. It's the Honda versus the Hyundai. It's the Japanese manufacturer versus the South Korean manufacturer, and it is Cristobal who comes out victorious in that battle. But the money is James Wilson. Oh, bit of slower in that corner, and there goes Aiden Smith on the inside line through Virage DuPont, and can't quite get it done. Got a poor exit out of the final corner, and that's gonna allow Wilson to stay ahead then for now. So a lot of battles in this little heap of cars I see. It's nice to see that the racing is quite closely packed. But here's something interesting. As we were focusing on this battle, Grantley King has pulled away. That gap's 1.3 now. So King is back into he's back into the gap that was at the start of the race, which is good news for Grantley King, but not good news for Levi Thorley then in P2. As Jones is chasing down Jeremiah Bronikovsky. Through Beausset they go. Lap 13 out of 19. We've got about 5 laps remaining then in this race of France, and it has been a very, very interesting race so far. A lot of different overtakes up and down the field, as there is a man attempting an overtake. That's Alexander Jovanovic, who's had a look on Wesley Ginnis for P21. The two Hyundais going at it, as they head around the final corner. Into turn 1 they will go, and it's going to be Ginnis who's just ahead of Jovanovic. The Serbian does not try to move into the first corner. He's going to have to stay behind and wait to make the overtake. As we look further up the field, Zach Jones is chasing down Bronikovsky for P8. But Jones behind Mac might have to watch out for Zane Grayson there in P10, as he's just about a second behind. We'll see if he can close down that gap. Oh, Jesus. As here's St. Shields then in P13, he's chasing down the Canadian Kevin Bass in the Hyundai Lukoil car as they head through the high-speed SS. Hyundai looks faster through those corners than the Audi of Shields. I know why I say BMW. There's no BMW in WTCR. As Alexander Ivanovic still chasing down Wesley Ginnis. As they're gonna head into turn number 1. And as you can see, Jovanovic still opting to stay behind, as he's not close enough to make the move on Ginnis. As there's Zach Jones, he's actually closed the gap on he's closing the gap on Jeremiah Bronikovsky, but Bronikovsky himself, he is trying to clear Austin Montgomery for P7, and he's having a look on the inside of Montgomery, but god damn it. He's not able to make the move, but one man who's trying to make the move is Alexander Jovanovic on Wesley Ginnis, as his patience finally paid off as he goes on the inside line of Wesley Ginnis, and it has. That's Alexander Jovanovic up into P21. Good move there from the Serbian. He was patient and he waited behind the Irishman, and he was finally able to go through on his fellow Hyundai driver. As Jethro Jules in his home race out of the points in P23, that's not how he wanted it to go after his successes in Kyalami. As here is Jeremiah Bronikovsky for Audi Sport Team Come To You. As he's still chasing down Austin Montgomery. Can't quite make the move justice, so he's gonna have to stay behind for now. Meanwhile, the situation at the front then. Grantley King leads by about a second. There's Bronikovsky who's having a look on the inside line for Austin Montgomery, but yeah, he can't quite get close enough just yet. As we're now on lap 17 out of 19. Yeah, three-way battle for fourth place then between Igor Zhao, Ryan Salyers, and Sergeant Morrow. As we'll see if anything does happen here. As they go through the chicane. And then down the straight, down the Mistral straight once again. As here's Cole Slayton, currently P19. The Audi's chasing down Aiden Smith. But nothing's coming out of that just yet. As they head, you can see just how close Zach Jones is now to Jeremiah Bronikowski. He could definitely try the move at one point, but we will see if he does so. As there's James Wilson, and he is going to try and get past Jack Davis once again on the inside line there, but he has not succeeded with that, unfortunately. As there on the inside is, that's Grayson. And that's Zane Grayson on Zach Jones, who tried it, but yeah, he's lost out there. Jones got much better exit out of the first corner, and he just pulled away. And then Grayson on the inside line, he went over the curb and lost time to Zach Jones. So a lot of mistakes the drivers seem to make is that they go over the curb on the inside too much, and they lose a bunch of time. But Jones then still trying to chase down Bronikowski for P8. As Bronikowski is chasing down Montgomery for P7 as well. You can see just how close he is getting at times. But just can't make the overtake. Same goes with Cole Slayton on Aiden Smith. He's not been able to overtake him just yet. As they head down the start-finish straight then to start the final lap of this race. There's Jovanovic once again. He got past Wesley Ginnis, and he's now looking to get past Tom Crossley as we see the position gains from the start then. Thorley's up 1, Igor Zhao is up 2, so he's done very, very well. Zach Jones and Joey Cristobal up 1, Shane Shields is up 2, Lawson is up 1, Davis is up 3, Slayton up 1, Jovanovic up 1, Ginnis and Fisher are up 1 as well. So that is very, very interesting. But then the battle for P6, I think this is. No, P7 is still going on, but I feel like it's going to finish like it as it is at the moment. As you can see, that Bronikowski into Bosé. Oh, he's gone very wide into Bosé. And luckily didn't compromise him too much in the exit. But I think that is going to give Austin Montgomery P7. But it is going to be this man who comes across the line for Munich Motorsport and for Honda. It's gonna be Grantley King who sees the checkered flag first, and Grantley King wins the race of France at Paul Ricard. Levi Thorley comes on P2 and Lawyer Maynard P3 as well. And just waiting for all the other guys across the line. Austin Montgomery P7. Jonathan Lawson comes on P15 to score Lincoln Co's first points. It's 1 whole point for the Swedish manufacturer. Alexander Jovanovic, there he is, P21. Aiden Smith on his debut is P18. Jethro Jules in his home race, disappointment for him. And the 2 Lincoln Co's of Ekot Osambi and Eugen Stoyan. or gonna finish last. And there we are. So the final results then: Grantley King, he wins the Race of France for Honda. He becomes the first race winner from Bahamas. Well, he's also the only driver from Bahamas. So, but Levi Thorley, he becomes the second podium sitter. Oh, Barbados. I get the two confused. Apologies, he's from Barbados. Sorry, but yeah, there's only one of the drivers for Barbados. But Levi Thorley becomes the second ever Danish podium sitter in the ACOC. And then, Laurie Maynard in P3, joining the slew of American podium sitters, obviously. Igor Zhao finishes a fantastic P4. Very well done from him today. And then it's Ryan Saliers in P5, followed by Sergeant Morrow in P6, and then Austin Montgomery in P7. Jeremiah Bronikowski in P8, followed by Zach Jones in P9, and Zane Grayson in running at the top 10. Joey Cristobal finishes P11, and then there's Kevin Bass finishing in P12, followed by Shane Shields in P13 for Audi. Then it's Robert Vasquez, P14, and Jonathan Lawson securing 1 point for Lincoln Co. There's Jack Davis, who finishes outside of the points. Same goes for James Wilson in P17. Aiden Smith on his debut, P18, followed by Cole Slayton in P19. It's the Lincoln Co. of Tom Crossley, P20, followed by Alexander Jovanovic and Wesley Jennis, the two Hyundais, and then home man Jethro Jules in P23. Memphis Fisher P24, and rounding out the results is the two Lincoln Co's of Ekoto Sambi and Eugen Stoyan. And that is it for WTCR. Thanks so much for watching. It has been a very interesting race. Congratulations to Grantley King on the victory. Very, very well deserved. But it is time to give out driver of the day. And if I had to give out driver of the day, I would give it to Igor Zhao, actually. Surprisingly enough, he made up 2 positions, drove very well, and fended off a lot of drivers to secure that P4. So it was quite hard fought as well. So fantastic stuff from Igor Zhao in 4th place. And yeah, that is it then for WTCR. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow for Formula 2 at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. So make sure to not miss that. We also got Formula 1 coming up later this week on Saturday for the British Grand Prix as well. And yeah, that will be it. So yeah, for now, I'll be Mir Nevji. See you on Friday. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.